Hello, Keller Williams. My name is Brady Sandall, and I'm your Director of Growth for Keller Williams Luxury. Welcome to Friday, July 8th, our newest edition of the Luxury Learning Series, and I'm coming to you from Denver, Colorado. We're going to actually have a conversation with three phenomenal agents, and the topic of the day is how are they finding sellers and what are they doing for the current luxury market of the moment. Now, we're going to do something different today. We're actually going to have a conversation with each agent one at a time, and we're going to start with a great agent named Michelle Glass. Michelle, welcome to the Luxury Learning Series.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Well, we're thrilled. Now I got to ask you, are you from the Denver market?
I am from here. I pretty much grew up here since 5th grade, so I consider myself a naturalized native. So
you get the badge of being the local agent, right?
Yes. I grew up here and went to college here, so I've been here for quite a while.
Well, you've built a really successful business. In fact, you're one of the Keller Williams luxury agents who does residential and commercial.
That's correct,
right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
And you're also someone that was recently an individual agent, and then you started to add some leverage.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So I've been in real estate as a broker for about 10 years. And then before that, I worked for Real Estate Investment Trust, unlicensed. So I've been in real estate for about 15 years total.
So you started in the corporate side.
That's correct. Yeah, I started
and
in the corporate
you learned
side.
the standards and service of corporate.
Yes, that's correct.
And then you went out on your own to start your own business empire.
That's right.
That's
and
great.
Then just recently decided that, after gaining so much experience, having very good clientele, and it's from all the knowledge that I gained through investments and also with my my luxury clients, now was the time to finally bring on a couple of new agents. I can also teach them to become real estate advisors as well.
Well, you've done a really good job of positioning yourself in the luxury market. And who right now is choosing to sell what they own? So
I think that, when it comes to luxury clients, luxury sellers, they really sell if they have a vision in mind. So, they don't necessarily need to sell always, right? So if they have another house that they have in mind, they're probably looking to sell, or if they're looking to maybe buy another vacation home or possibly even get into real estate investing. Those are really the people that I'm really finding as far as the sellers in this market. So it's not that they need to sell, it's just more if they have something else in mind. So if they have a vision in the future of what they would like to either upgrade to, downgrade to, or buy, those are the people that are going to be selling right now.
One of the things you're going to learn about Michelle is she actually has approached, her mission is to help build people their wealth, right? They want to build up their wealth, and you've taken the approach of kind of helping them add assets to their monopoly board.
That's correct.
And their monopoly boards are getting bigger and bigger. So you're moving things around.
That's correct. Yeah. So my mission is to help my clients build wealth through real estate. So I'm really my title is more like real estate advisor. Mm-hmm. So I'm a real estate advisor as well as a luxury agent. And so what that means is that we look to seek long-term relationships with the client. So it starts with their primary home, whether that's a luxury home or just, average price point home. And then we help them build a portfolio of real estate assets. And then most of those clients are affluent. So they own businesses, they have other assets and stuff like that. And so we help them. So it's really in our best interest to make sure they have a very good experience as they're selling their luxury home, because we're going to be seeking to continue to do business with them long term as we advise them on what to do with their portfolio, what to do with their house, and what to invest in.
So two visuals come to mind. Mm-hmm. You have them starting here, mm-hmm. You're growing them up here. You have them starting here and you're expanding their wealth base.
That's correct. So there's typically two kinds of clients I have. Sometimes I have the clients that are, that are just starting. They just purchased their first home and maybe they have one investment property, and we build them up. So I become more of their lifelong real estate advisor. So over time, as they build a portfolio, they become more wealthy, they become more affluent, and then they get into the luxury home market. And then my other clientele is really, they're already affluent. They already own apartment buildings, other assets, lots of rental properties, condos, different things like that. And they have a luxury home. And so I help them with their portfolio in addition to their existing primary house.
Clearly, you give a great first impression.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I try.
And you're winning.
Yes, thank you.
How do you communicate your value to that early investor?
Right.
So they turn to you to grow their investments.
Right. For the early investor, I really try to educate them on the value of real estate investing over time. It's not a get rich quick thing, but it's just the value of, okay, if you currently own one house, like your primary house. And if all you did was just buy one investment property, how would that change your life, right? So if you bought just one condo in addition to your home and you did nothing else and you sat on it for 18 years, how would that change your life if you had a child, or if you wanted to start a business, or if you wanted to retire early, or something happened to you and you got sick?
You're selling the vision and the urgency to that vision.
That's correct.
By asking a lot of questions.
That's correct. That's correct.
So shifting to the more experienced investor with the larger amount of wealth, how do you show your value to that person?
Absolutely. I'm an investor myself as well, too. So I have a wide connection of, we introduce them to our CPAs, my attorneys, as well as contractors, architects, designers, anything that they need concerning their real estate assets. And so if they're already established, which most of my clients already have, I can help them as far as their own home, right? If they are looking to upgrade, they're doing something else, I can help them with that. But in addition, we want to build long-term relationship because I can connect you with the right builders, the developers, the designers, the right architects, the right CPA. So that way, all their questions about tax advisement, all of that, it's all just one big strategy. So that they see a lot of value in that.
What I'm hearing is you're the client who would typically have to go outside to find everyone. You're folding them into your directory of professionals.
That's correct.
You're bolting them into your value.
That's correct.
Your network.
That's correct. Yeah.
Wow.
So they benefit from my network of professionals that cater to the affluent, that own luxury homes. Because in addition, they probably have other assets, and so we help you with that. So just like with a wealth advisor when it comes to stocks and other kinds of, I'm really more their wealth advisor when it comes to real estate.
So you've created value as the wealth advisor. Mm-hmm. You've got early clients and experienced clients.
That's correct, yes.
Are they immune to some of the changes we're seeing in the U.S. economy?
Right now with my clients, because they've invested over time, I've helped them a lot with their investment properties or they've referred me to their friends. They have a lot of assets. They have a high net worth. They also have a lot of cash. So as of right now, I think that, the higher interest rates, when it comes to finding their home, it doesn't really play. A lot of it's cash. A lot of it's cash when it comes to their primary home. And then with the investments, interest rates are going up, but that means there's more deals to be had. So I feel like my clients are becoming more and more aggressive as far as finding out investment properties. And of course, as they become successful, they may want to upgrade their home, sell their house, and then buy maybe a better luxury home. And so in that case, they have cash. So it's not as big of an issue with us, not yet, at least.
So I'm hearing from you, and I think you're probably hearing this from Michelle. She's taken a different approach. She's asking a series of questions to find out the client's motivation.
That's correct,
right?
Yes.
So asking questions determines the motivation. What else has worked in your suite of services to get them to stick with you?
A lot of ways that I get new business is really from my own sphere and also networking with other vendors and sellers within that luxury segment. So I built a lot of relationships with luxury car dealerships, luxury car sales, other attorneys, other CPAs.
You're in the circles.
Yes, you're in the circles, right?
You already make me want to move to Colorado and buy a car and investment. I'm not even in Colorado, but now I'm in Colorado. Right. You're very persuasive.
Yes. Oh yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
That's great.
Yeah, so when you have that network, their accountant, their attorney, the person who sells their cars, any kind of other business that caters to that affluent network, as if they know that you're a real estate advisor or a luxury agent, then they're going to refer as well too. So that kind of keeps the business continues going because it's really the sphere of who you know. Yes.
So pretend that we're having a private conversation with a new agent wanting to get into luxury.
Absolutely. Okay.
Give them a piece of advice that they can follow immediately to start in this world.
I think the first thing you want to do is figure out how are you going to add value, right? Because there's a lot of agents out there. So how are you going to differentiate yourself from all the other agents? How are you going to add value? Yes, come up with your value proposition. And the second thing is to really work your sphere. So, your business is just a reflection of what your personal sphere is. And so if you want to get into luxury and build more luxury listings, then you need to be connecting with other people who are in that network, whether that's, like I said, just, custom tailors, just other interior designers, just other businesses that also cater to that crowd, golf pros, just really up your network and your sphere that cater to that. And then you'll also get into that circle. So really building your database and having a strong value proposition.
Yeah, because you can't have a personal life below luxury and then have this aspirational. It's got to be in sync.
Yes, that's correct. So if you already work within those natural circles, then that's how you're going to develop your business. So it's just a reflection of where you already kind of operate.
You've built a big business. You deserve the credit you're receiving.
Oh, thank you.
Now imagine you're coaching someone who's experienced. What's the one thing you'd remind them to go back to or tell them to start doing today?
Right. The basic thing really is to start touching base with your database. A lot of times we sell properties. That's one thing I've really mastered. So even as an individual, I've been able to produce quite a bit just because I'm so good with touching base with my existing clients. They buy repeatedly. So my average client typically buys at least 2 times a year from me. So it's just really touching base with your existing database. And if you do that alone, you probably don't have to do a ton of other lead development.
It's truly a pleasure to spend time with you. I've watched you transition from individual into leverage. I had the pleasure of talking with your assistant the other day. Thanks for leaning into the conversation and giving advice to our new audience members and those that are further along in their career. Michelle?
Yeah, absolutely.
And thanks for being with Keller Williams Luxury.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad to be here.